Hi everyone, this tutorial is about how to use the polyarray modifier to create different terrains, so how to play around with it. So let's start by making it plain. Let's edit it, around 100 by 100. We can also have different segments, so 1 by 25. That's how it looks. Make sure to have edged faces so that you can see all those segments that you have. Otherwise, you cannot see them. So now what we do is we go to modifier and edit poly and go to vertex. So this words I will explain what these selection points are. So the first one is the vertex. It's about how you play around with the vertexes. So you can just move them up and down, move them around, just little points. These are the edges. They're probably these sides. So you're gonna move around this, play around with this. You can also, so what happens is when you try to select a lot of lines and you want to select them all in one, what you can do is to select the loop that you want to have. You can play around with the loop too. So it just selects all the edges that are in the same loop. There's also this option of ring. What it does is select the options, select all the edges that go around in this ring. And then you can just move around that. Move around with that. Yep, like that. So these are different options that you get in edges. What happens with, so this one is border. It usually is this border that comes around the plane that you've made. This is a polygon, so when these are different polygons that you have, you can move them around too, like this, put them up and down to create different terrains that you have. So this really comes in handy and is an easy modifier to create your desired terrain. Sometimes when we design playgrounds and parks, trying to create green mounds, this comes in handy and it's really easy to use. This is the whole element, this is the whole plane. So sometimes when we have two different polygons and we wanna attach them. This comes in real handy. You can just select the whole element and attach it with another of the poly meshes. Yep. So let's try to create these different terrains, and you see this is really easy to do. And what you can do is also add, so if you're gonna add different modifiers or edit your polys, but you can also layer them on, so it's easy to edit. Yep. So you can also double click or right click and rename them, so you can say edit poly. here all surfaces. Yep. What we can do next is we can also drag this around. Have different options here which you can use. So what happens is you can also use soft selection over here. What it does is okay. Yep. It's gonna give you this already modified arc like this. So you can also change this. And this is gonna move around. And see? That is how this forms. So it's really easy and it does come in handy. What also you can do next is you can have a turbo smooth. You can add turbo smooth and it really softens the whole terrain. These are different iterations that you can use to make it a little bit more smooth. This is about the render iterations. So what happens in this is sometimes you don't want your iterations to be as smooth over here, but you want them to be smooth in your renders. You can do that, and when you press the F9, it shows you how it's gonna look in your render. Yeah. So we don't want that right now. This is about just lesser of the edges. So yeah, that's how the terrain's gonna look like. Thank you for watching.